Hi, today I'm going to talk about how to make your content work harder, because creating content, however you look at it, takes time, whether it's for an email newsletter, website, or even a forum or a Facebook post or anywhere else. There's no magic wand that you can wave to instantly create content, despite what certain things might tell you. Yeah, because, okay, there are plugins out there that will claim they can automatically add content to your website, but the reality of those is that they'll probably produce things that are only ever likely to be, in quote marks, read by robots, and the search engine spam algorithm, which will mark it as spam, because it is. So whilst we could split hairs and say it's doable, it's certainly not doable in any sense of in any real world sense. And if you've got a sales letter that claims otherwise, and the more recent ones I've seen try to claim you can reuse YouTube videos instantly, for instance, personally I suggest you run a mile from the same sales letter and the person who sent you that link. Because real content takes time. For instance, this video took me around about 20 to 30 minutes to write, proofread, and then initially I mailed it out, and now I've turned it into a slide, or slideshow, a video. Most internet marketers will leave it just as the email message to their list, and it gets filed in the that's an email box in their mind, because that's what they're doing. But recently I've kind of remembered that that isn't a particularly efficient way of doing things. Sure, the email gets sent out into the ether, it's maybe or maybe not part of a follow-up campaign, and pretty much that's it. Except it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, I'd really strongly suggest it shouldn't be that way. If the content stays as an email, it probably won't reach beyond your list, because unless you're absolutely superb at writing viral content, you could probably count on the fingers of one hand how many times emails to your list get forwarded to other people. And if the email is just a reply to one person or a note on a Facebook group, the reach and lifespan is probably even lower. If it's a tweet, it's, well, less than a fruit fly. It's measured in milliseconds, probably. And as I said, well, the slides are slightly messed up. That's better. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to just go off in the ether and just float away. Recently I've been heeding some of my own advice and making my content work harder, and you can do the same. At the back of my mind when I write an email to my list is the wording, because I'll copy and paste it into a post on my website. And that's quick and easy to do. Some of the time I'll extend the content. In common with the search engines, I tend to like long blog posts, but it depends on the word count and various other time constraints. Pretty much my aim nowadays is at least 1,000-word blog posts. Sometimes I'll go lower, but most of the time I'll do it in that kind of region. So if the email is 4, 5, 6, 7, 800 words, recently I've been writing nearer 1,000 anyway, because you get in the swing of it. But if it's a bit lower, I'll extend it. It's easy enough to do. Again, it doesn't take much practice. As I said, if the wording's a bit too email specific, I'll amend that when I read the post through before pressing the publish button. A bit like I've done it when I've copied and pasted and got the copy and pasting wrong. Sorry about that. On this video. But whether or not the amending needs to happen, it's making the content work harder and getting more potential to return for the time spent, because it doesn't take very much extra time to do what I'm suggesting. And you could do the same for your niche and your list. It's great if you're starting out in a niche and need the extra push to write the content for your emails that you know are being read by pretty much no one apart from yourself and maybe one or two others. And that goes back into getting the habit of doing things, and if the content isn't being wasted, that's a good incentive to create it in the first place. And as I said, at the moment that's where I've been stopping, but I know I should and could easily do more. This video is actually proof of that. As I said, it's re-remembering things. I even created a product a while ago that shows what to do in more detail than I can explain in an email. And there's a link somewhere. It'll be in the slides. It probably won't be in the video, where you can find out more. And if you're part of my weekly tutor group, you've got access to that video as part of your membership. But the executive summary of the product is this. And this goes over 2 slides. Once the article's been created, put it in your email campaign and on your website. Copy and paste it into a slide presentation, which is what I've done here. As I said, I've been lax on this because the presentation software I use, which is part of LibreOffice, has an intermittent bug where copy and paste sometimes doesn't work. Developers are regularly told about the fault, but they're in denial about fixing it, much the same as Firefox developers are in denial about the memory leak that it's suffered for as long as I can remember, back when they were versioning single-digit versions rather than whatever this week's update is. So I tend to put off using it in that way, because sometimes things don't work and I get frustrated. As you've seen earlier in this slideshow, they copy and paste gets messed around. But in reality, I just need to find a similar program or get over my issues that doesn't have the feature and use it. Slide presentation, then put it on a slide like SlideShare. I use SlideShare because it's part of LinkedIn, which means it kind of has a bit of internal link love there as well. Next, record the presentation as a screen capture video. Exactly as you see here, I haven't even changed the stars to bullet points. Just being lazy, those were in the email. So record it using a screen capture video like Screencast-O-Matic or any similar screen grab software, and then upload it to YouTube. Strip out the audio from the video, it'll still make sense because you've just been reading out the slides anyway, and upload it as a podcast. Then pay someone a few dollars on Fiverr to turn it into an infographic, and again, admit not every article will lend itself to that option, but some will. And then all of those things, tweet and Facebook and LinkedIn and Google Plus about them. And hey presto, your content is breaking a sweat and working harder for you with minimal extra effort on your part, so go on, go for it and do it. Get in the habit of taking just that little bit of extra time and effort with your content and making it work an order of magnitude harder for you. And if you'd like more help with that, click the link below this video and join me. I've got an email list, and I won't smother you with stuff. I won't pester you to buy all sorts of junk or anything like that. It'll just be good, solid information that you can use. So click that link and join me. I'd be delighted if you did. Thanks for watching.